One usually turns back here, but there is more of Egypt to see, or rather the Nile, for from here there is only Nile and desert. So we decided to explore it further and extend our trip southward. We took a boat at Aswan and went upriver to Wadi Halfa in the Sudan. Then we boarded a train and took a shortcut of 230 miles across the Nubian desert to meet the Nile again, and then followed it to Khartoum. The boat leaves from Shilal, behind the dam. It is run by the Sudan Railways. Almost immediately we came in sight of the Temple of Philae, submerged by the impounded water. This is what it looks like when the level is lower. We had left in the afternoon, and the short, sharp sunset was soon upon us. Next morning we woke to views like these. The river has now become a lake due to the construction of the dam. It stretches 200 miles to Wadi Halfa. The boat was 4-in-1. The main ship with engines, dining room and cabins was in the centre, and lashed to its bow was steerage accommodation. On each side was lashed an annex with more cabins. Accordingly, the pilot had to have some assistance when he came to a mooring. There are very few ports of call, for in this part of the country the desert comes right down to the river. There's another composite boat. This port of call is not a town, only a houseboat and a few tents, and the Abu Simbel temples, hewn out of the solid rock for Ramses II some 3,300 years ago. Before the Aswan Dam was built, they stood high above the river. If the high dam is ever built, they will be completely submerged. This is the smaller temple, and this the great temple, 4 figures over 65 feet high. The temple cut 200 feet into the solid rock, full of figures and pillars and hieroglyphics. A few passengers from the steerage boat. We disembarked at Wadi Halfa just inside the Sudanese frontier and entered this train run by the Sudan Railways. Note the sun hood over the carriages. The river took a wide sweep westward, so we ran across the desert for 230 miles. We had not gone far before we stopped. We were apparently short of steam. Everybody got out. There seemed to be something wrong with the oil burners. Anyway, it made the airport fire engine dash to our assistance. It was dismissed. On again, now late afternoon. But the burner trouble persisted, and so to bed. Next morning we were back at the Nile. with occasional diversions into the desert. The Cape to Cairo Highway. The Cairo to the Cape Highway. A halt at a station was always interesting. These people were a different type from the Egyptians. Rougher travel. They buy their food from the people at the station. There's little cultivation in this part of the Sudan. A much more important place. It was dark when we got to our hotel at Khartoum. The next morning we found it was orientated like this. The boats are an annex to the hotel. The river here is the Blue Nile. On a wall hidden under a tree we found the name of the road. Farther down near the heart of the city, this is how it looks. This again is Kitchener Avenue, looking towards the hotel. This is a statue of General Gordon. Modern buildings. A new hospital. And one of its laboratories. A run out towards the suburbs. It is all very English. You even keep to the left.